Welcome back, America. I'm Hugh Hewitt. Bethany Mandel is the co-founder of the Mom Wars. That's on Substack, of course, themomwars.substack.com. She's always my go-to guest on family issues and things like that. But because she is an Orthodox Jew, she lives in Maryland, but I'm going to ask her anyway. Are any of your friends leaving for Israel, Bethany? Anyone from New York saying, that's it, I'm going to Israel?
A better question would be which of your friends are not going to Israel?
Oh,
That would help
really?
me narrow it down. Yeah.
Is it really that widespread?
Yeah, no, from our neighborhood here, we lost 3 or 4 families this year. And yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
I asked Michael Oren about this in the show second hour today, and he began by saying, too soon to tell, but he sure wouldn't stay in London or Australia. He mentioned Australia specifically.
Yeah.
How common is this in the United States? You know, the United States I think of as not being outside of New York City particularly hostile for everyday Jewish life, but it is in New York City. It's going to get worse after next Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's scary, especially for New Yorkers. Most of us who came over, like our families who came over in like the 1880s, 1900s or so, were fleeing pogroms in Eastern Europe, and everyone sort of landed and stayed in New York City. New York is the most Jewish city in the world, more than Tel Aviv. There are more Jews in New York than anywhere else. And I don't think that that's going to be the case if Mamdani wins, which he seems poised to do. It's a really scary time to be Jewish. I mean, we're also on the anniversary of the Tree of Life attack in the Pennsylvania area. I think it was 8 years ago
Pittsburgh.
now.
Yep,
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh.
thank you. I knew it was Pennsylvania and I blanked on which city. And I know people who moved to Israel after that attack. Um, but I think that things are going to get pretty dire, especially as we've seen the rise of anti-Semitism on the far left and on the far right.
Do you and Seth talk about it at all? I mean, are you candidates for leaving?
Uh, well, we're going to be spending a month and a half there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're leaving in 3 weeks. We're gonna spend a month and a half and just see how it feels.
Okay, first and most important question, are we still doing this segment when you're in Israel? I mean, I
Yes.
talked to
Yes.
Oren and Haviv, and I talked to Nadav and Amit, so you ought to be able to find a computer that hooks up, right?
Yes.
A little
Yes.
bit
Don't
later.
worry, I'll be there. Yeah.
All right, so a month and a half. I love to dig into people's, personal business. Where are you going? Are you going to Tel Aviv? Are you going to
Right.
Jerusalem? Where are you going to hang out?
So we're spending a week in Greece, and then we're going to be spending a month in Jerusalem, and then a week in the north. So our home base is mostly going to be in Jerusalem.
So, if in the extraordinary instance that you decided we love it so much we're moving here, would you be Tel Aviv people? Would you be Galilee people? You're not going to go down. You are not kibbutzniks, right?
No, we're not. We would not fit in. We have a lot of friends in a city that's actually halfway between Jerusalem and Tel Aviv called Modi'in, and that's probably where we'd end up. It's sort of in the middle of nowhere, and like a very up and coming place where lots of our friends have ended up.
So,
Not that I
Bethany,
put any
why?
thought into this whatsoever.
Yeah, but why? Why are you even thinking about it?
Where am I going to send my kids to college?
Ohio State.
Uh, did you see what happened at Michigan the other day?
That's Michigan. I did not say Michigan. I wouldn't send them to Michigan. I said Ohio State. We're safe there. We had some. The president of Ohio State University is an Annapolis grad, and boy, did he stomp out the anti-Semitic outburst that they had a year ago. Just crushed it.
Yeah. I mean, it feels like I mean, we have nieces and nephews who are starting this process, and some of the schools that they looked into that seemed okay when they were doing their college tours very quickly turned not okay. So I want somewhere where I know that from the beginning of freshman year through the senior year, they'll be okay. And there's not that many schools that I would put those eggs in that basket right now.
Oh, I would take a bunch off. I know we're not there. Northwestern, Harvard, Michigan, the
Yep.
schools with which I have the most association. But you go to the normal SEC school or the normal Big Ten school, not Northwestern, and you'll be fine. But where your kids are going to go to college, fine. But can't they go to Hebrew University when they get old enough?
Yes, but then they'll end up staying there. So maybe we
Well,
should just
yes, but then they have to take you when you come. Make them do the hard work of opening up the homestead, right?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, this is just this. It's been a conversation in our house for 15 years, and I don't know. I mean, we're going for my daughter's bat mitzvah, and we've been planning this trip her entire life, and we'll see how it is. And I appreciate having this
So,
conversation on live radio.
well, I think it's curious when Michael Oren. I listened to Nadav Eyal and Dan Senor last week, and they told me 160,000 Israelis left in the long war, but they didn't know how many people came. And I thought to myself, well, they've got to have more than that coming from Europe because you're just
Yeah.
nuts to live in London right now. But then I began to think, I wonder how many American Jews are thinking, I've had it, I'm done. And did Zionism start out with we get every Jew, everyone come here, or did it start the United States and Israel divide them?
I think that the goal is, for Zionists, for every Jew to end up there, but I don't, to me, I mean, this is sort of the thing that keeps us here. I don't know if that's necessarily the goal that Zionists should have, because there have to be people here that are holding down the fort.
President Nixon used to have the old yellow pad exercise. You draw a line down the middle of a yellow pad, you put the pros and the cons. What are the cons of going?
I don't think I'm allowed to say this as a conservative. I love living in the Washington, D.C. area. I love
You're not allowed to
everything
say
about
that.
it.
No, you're
I
not
know.
allowed to say that. No. By
The
the way, I
Smithsonian's
could
need to
not
open
disagree
already.
with you more. I don't
Really?
know what this says about you and me. I hate living in the Beltway. Really.
Oh,
I'd love to go anywhere because of the Beltway culture, but you like it. So that's
so
a real
we don't have the Beltway culture here. We have lovely hiking spots, the Smithsonian's, Mount Vernon. There's so much to do here. The weather is ideal. It's never too cold. Too hot is fine, but never too cold. And there's so much to do.
Let me introduce you to a person who's never lived in California, Bethany Mandel. And the weather is so ideal here. That is the craziest
Fair.
thing I've ever heard. Have you ever been here in the summer? Or do you go to somewhere else in the summer every summer?
I used to live in Cambodia. This is my
Okay.
jam.
Point taken. That's the worst place I've ever visited. And I got nothing against the Cambodians, but it was absolutely the direst place I've ever been. Bethany, if you took a vote of your children, what would they say about Alia, if I'm pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, that's part of why we're going, because we want them to have a vote. That's more than just Hamas is bad. They don't know. They've never been. So let's go see.
They've never been?
No.
Can they speak any Hebrew other than the Torah reading for bat mitzvah?
I don't think so. I have had them enrolled in Hebrew classes for several years. I don't think they got anything.
How's your Hebrew?
Beseder. It's okay. I can understand TV. I can understand conversation. Seth's is awful. Um,
I don't think they have the heavy metal scene there that he wants either. But okay, Bethany, we're going to track on this from Israel. We're going to keep a list every day, every week. I'm programming in advance, pro and con of each week. What looks good and what looks bad.